Oh, it's your girl J to J. What's up? What's up? Oh, hold on, y'all. Sorry. Okay. Hey, y'all. It's your girl J to J. What's up? What's up? So I know what y'all are thinking. It's been a mean minute. Check out the. Had to do a throwback shirt real fast. Can y'all see it? If loving Tyler Perry is wrong, I don't want to be right. Okay. I just wanted to give y'all a visual. I got a lot of compliments on this shirt way back in the day when I was doing reviews. Um, So I look like a real life bum, y'all. As y'all can see, I'm just getting ready to go to school in a couple hours. Y'all just got a couple more weeks left. The only reason I'm not looking forward to it is they're gonna want me to pick up some more hours at work. But it'll be actually good to pick up some more hours at work because I could use the dough for sure. And it's kind of bittersweet because I only really be able to pick up hours for 2 weeks because I'm taking some summer courses. I'm graduating actually this month, y'all. And then I got a course I need to take in the summer. And then I'm doing internship right now. And then I'm going back to school in the fall. So my job is not going to like me because I'm picking up hours for a couple weeks. And then it's back to usual. So moving on. So, okay. So we're going to go right in. I don't want to waste y'all time or nothing. Oh, and by the way, shout out to Lynn Booknight, y'all. She had messaged me on Facebook and was like, where you been at and stuff. And I've been really wanting to get back and do this. So, just a shout out to Lynn Booknight. Thank you for the love. And I think your name is Joanna on YouTube. Anyway, good to see you, girl. And alright, so let's go in. So, we open up right where we left off last season. Y'all, and I'm sorry. People are calling this season 5, episode 45, or even season 6. This is not season 6 was the longest season ever recorded for the Haves and Have-Nots. Season 6 was a whole 44 episodes. So last season 6 was 44 episodes. This is season 7, episode 1. Okay. IMDb is wrong. And we're over it all. Okay, so I'm calling this season 7, episode 1. Okay. Alright. So we open up where we left off last season. Okay. Yeah, last season. Hannah finds out that Derek is the man who raped her. Now, y'all know we've been saying it for a minute. Is it Derek? What's going on? He reveals the lion tattoo at the end of last season. So, okay, we open up there. Hannah is shook. This man just lifted up his shirt, showed her the tattoo on his chest. Crystal Fox acted the mess out of that because it was really shook. So she was like, oh my God. And he's like, Hannah, I'm so sorry. I didn't know. Listen, I was 19 years old. I was strung out on drugs. And I always said that if I ever found the woman I did that to, I would just plead and beg for her forgiveness. You gotta forgive me. He was like, I didn't even remember you. And he was like, later that night, I actually went and robbed a store trying to get some more money to buy drugs. And he ended up going to prison for armed robbery. He was like, I was 19 years old. I was strung out. Please, you gotta forgive me. And she was like, you need to leave. And he's like, Hannah, please, you gotta forgive me. She shook like that. And for 1 minute, he even stepped a little bit toward her. And she could, you know what I mean? She was like, don't approach. Okay. Benny comes out the room and is like, what's going on in here? Derek was like, I was just talking to your mother. He said, no. And I said, what's going on? This is actually the first time I've been cool with Benny getting all up in Derek Davis' grill because, come on, bro. And Hannah was like, he was just leaving. And he was like, no, Hannah, please. We need to talk about this. And he goes, no, did you hear what she said? You're leaving. So now I'm going to watch you leave. So Derek heads out the door, y'all. And Benny comes back and is like, what was that about? Because she looks shook. Like, she don't know what the heck just happened. She shook. So, it's him, y'all. Can y'all believe? But I don't know. Because I've heard some theories, y'all. We might do it at the end if this isn't too long. Which I'm already 4 minutes in and only on the first scene. So, it might be. Okay, so let's switch on over. Now, so after we leave there. I hope I didn't forget anything from that scene. We go over to Justin and Jeffrey's house. Now, I'm not going really in order. But this is how I remember it. So, well, not Justin and Jeffrey's, Justin's apartment that he would like Jeffrey to also live. So remember last season how it ended? He's holding a bottle. He chopped a bottle in half and has got it to his throat. And I'll do it. I'll just kill myself. I'll do it. Jeffrey's like, dude, chill out, stop. You just put it down. And he goes through this long string out thing of, I don't want to live without you. I can't live without you. You're the only person I have. And do you know how much I love you? Do you know that I gave up everything for you? Why do you do this to me? Why do you do this? And Jeffrey's like, bro, I didn't even do nothing. I just said I was leaving. You doing all this extra stuff. What is wrong with you? But he didn't do it like that. He hugged him, and I just don't know why nobody loves me. Which maybe because most of the time you spent as a cop that we know of was you putting men in the back of your cop car, and you know what I'm saying? Your wife found out about it. Your mama ain't happy. You signed paperwork to terminate your parental rights. We ain't never seen your daughter, and you sit up and ask, I just don't know why nobody loves me. And so Jeffrey is like, and he goes, no, wait, do you love me? Do you love me? And Jeffrey's like, Justin, he's like, no, do you love me? Yeah, I love you. Well, then just stay with me. And he was like, what? I didn't even bring any clothes. It don't matter. Just stay with me. He was like, all right, look, let's just have dinner and we'll see. So they go into this thing, and he's telling Justin again for the 1,000th time, I think you're a good guy, but you need therapy. And yeah, here we go with this again. He's like, no, I'm serious. I think that we should go together. And this, he gets real excited. Couples therapy? And then, because he thinks Jeffrey and him are a couple. Jeffrey, you ain't doing a good job at convincing him otherwise. So we're over you, Jeffrey. And so he's like, couples therapy? He was like, well, kind of. Well, what do you mean, kind of? I mean, I think you should do some individual sessions, and then, well, why can't we go together? I just think that I'm crazy. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, look, can we talk about this after dinner, or not at all, or just later on, please? I'm going to go and cook some dinner. All right, he goes in there. Jeffrey starts picking up the broken glass. He gets a text from where Justin broke the bottle. He gets a text from Madison. That's like, okay, give me the address. Because remember, Madison was like, please just text me the address when you get there in case anything happens. I want to know where you're at. Jeffrey texts him 5875 Spanish Moss Trail. Cool. Justin comes back in. And it's like, oh, I got some more wine. Jeffrey like, oh, all right, that's cool. Who are you texting? Now, here's my thing, right? I immediately would have been like, well, why? But he wasn't. Jeffrey goes, oh, my dad, which he lied because it was Madison. And he's like, why? And he said, what do you mean, why? I just want to make sure my dad knows that I'm good and make sure he's all right. Well, he doesn't know that you're here, right? Nah. Oh, good, because you know that he hates me. Well, that's fine. No, it's not okay. He sent those guys to beat me up. Yeah, and I'm sorry. I apologize. Thank you for loving me. And then now Jeffrey. And I don't want to go too far in on this because we could really talk to a blue in the face. I'm thinking and I'm hoping, y'all, that Jeffrey is reaching his breaking point because he's really starting to get on my nerve. I mean, y'all know Jeffrey's been my boy since season 2. Season 1, Jeffrey was a creep. But season 2, I said, okay, Jeffrey, I like you. And he's been my boy since then, even though despite what they've done with his character, and he has gotten on my nerve. But this is really, like, this Justin Jeffrey thing, he's just acting dumb. Like, dumb, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, we just gonna move forward. Let's go on over to Jim and Catherine. So Jim and Catherine sitting on the couch. He's trying to get, I think, Veronica on the phone. She's not picking up. Remember, she stormed out when she was like, you guys are using me. Well, she was talking specifically to David because David goes, she's a brilliant attorney. We need her help. You're using me. That's why you want us to get back together. That's why you said you want this marriage to work. You're just using me. And the witch went crazy and left. Okay. So Jim trying to get her on the phone. Catherine is like, well, he goes, well, she's not picking up the phone. And Catherine laughing. She like, well, so be it. He said, you know what, Catherine? We're going to jail. And she was like, so? We've been in jail before. He was like, y'all know what happened. The camera cut off. Okay, so I think I was saying that Catherine is not taking the jail thing seriously. She's like, no, I'm just taking this drink of vodka seriously. She gets up and says, I'm going upstairs. She goes up to her room. She's over it. Shortly after that, Jim gets a call from Mitch. Oh, Mitch, Jim, an arrogant dirtbag. I don't think I know a Mitch. Just who is it? So it's Mitch. He goes, Mitch Malone. Jim opens up his ears. Oh, you're Mama Rose's grandson. Yeah. What can I do for you, Mama Rose's grandson? Well, we know what your son did, right? Well, what did my son do? What are you talking about? He was like, do you really want to play games, Mr. Cryer? He said, why don't you just tell me what you want, Mitch? And then he goes, look, my family, they got a hit out on your son. And he goes, was it Mama Rose? Mitch goes, nah, it wasn't her. Actually, they're trying to keep her from knowing. Like, they're taking it upon themselves, bruh. Them two dudes that was in the jail, That wasn't Mama Rose. It was my family, but Mama Rose didn't know about it. And they're going to keep coming for him because of what he did to Uncle Vin. So he's like, listen, well, what can I do? He was like, I'm gonna just tell you this. I have a plan. I might be able to stop this whole thing, but I'm gonna need to come to your house and talk to you. He's like, well, just tell me what it is. Like, what's going on? He's like, I'm gonna need to come to your house, but just a tip, keep your son inside and make sure you're watching him. He's like, well, he hangs up the phone. Mitch hung up. All right, so let's see. Where we gonna go? Let's go over to Hannah. So after that whole thing happened, Hannah is, I think, in the bathroom, it looked like, just kind of collecting herself. She calls Catherine. Catherine, hello? Did you set me up? Did you set me up? And Catherine is like, what are you talking about? Derek, did you know that he went to jail? Yes, I did. You knew he went to jail? Yeah, well, why didn't you tell me? I mean, he's a good guy, Hannah. That was years ago. He was a kid. He was 19. And honestly, Hannah, I thought that he would tell you. But what's the big deal? He's a good guy. He raped me. What? She goes, I'm calling the police. She goes, no. It was years ago. And then Catherine goes, what are you saying right now? Like, what? Are you serious? And Hannah's like, wait, she goes, what did he go to jail for? And Catherine goes, armed robbery. And she was like, that's all you knew of? Like, you didn't know nothing else? She was like, no. And he raped me. That was years ago. It was years ago. You can't call the police. Well, hold on a second. I don't understand. How do you know it's him? Like, how do you know? He showed me the tattoo. I'll never forget that tattoo. And he told me that he did it. Oh my gosh. I'm coming over. No. I'm good. I'm going to sleep. I just wanted to call you, and I'm so sorry, Hannah. She was like, just make sure he doesn't come by my house anymore. I never want to see his face again. Yes, of course. I'm so sorry. I didn't know. Yeah, I get it. And I was like, oh, I understood, but I was like, dang, Hannah, So then she was like, listen, I'm going to tell your husband that I'm going to the bank. Me and Benny are going to sign those papers tomorrow. We got a notary coming over to the house. No, it's fine. It's fine. No, please tell your husband that we're getting the paper signed. That way he'll leave my son alone. And she goes, all right, I'll tell him. Bam. We move on let's go over to the White House. Now, y'all remember, he's taking Candace over to the White House. Charles is taking Candace to the White House. So they sitting down eating dinner. And they laughing it up like how rich people do, that stuffy humor. Like when something is really not funny, but they're giving a speech about, how all the, they survived even with all the leeches that were around them. And then he goes, some of the leeches are actually at this table. Here. And then they laugh. I mean, it just wasn't funny. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so they drinking their champagne. And then the wife, whatever her name is, we're going to call her Grayman. Because her hair is gray or platinum. Let's call her Platinum. Platinum was like, well, so how did you two meet? Like, give us this. No, I think the president said, she's going on about how, oh my gosh, she told me that she was a law student. And Candace was like, well, I haven't finished yet. She was like, dear, you must finish. You must finish because you are brilliant. You're just brilliant. And I was over Platinum already because I knew the fakery. You could just tell. So then the president, well, how did you two meet? So Landon tries to chime in, and the president's like, look, I know you want to be press secretary, but I want to hear from her how they met. She gives the whole story about how they met at the hotel, but switches it up. Obviously doesn't say that she's like a cog or was a prostitute or was trying to steal money from him or anything like that. She goes, I was actually at the table studying when I was waiting for my room, and I seen him from across the room, and I thought he was kind of cute, and he had his hat on really low like this, and I actually worked up the nerve to go over there and say hi. And she goes, do you remember what you said? Like how couples do that corny stuff. Do you remember what you said? He goes, I said, I don't need another drink. And she goes, he thought I was a waitress. And then everybody starts laughing. And she goes, and then another guy tried to hit on me at the bar, and he intercepted it and kept the guy away from me, and ever since then we pretty much been inseparable. And she was like, they go, oh, so this was recent. And she goes, yeah. And then Platinum, she goes, well, you must keep her. You guys are lovely together. You're lovely. So he's like, all right, well, we should be wrapping this up now. So the president tells everybody to leave. Pretty much like, we done. Dinner's over with. Candace is, she's sitting there. The president comes up to her, and you are just lovely, Candace. hot piece of black ASS. Because remember, the attorney general, whose name I think is fake ASS Scott. I think that's his name. That it is fake ASS Scott. My team has just noted that's his name. The attorney general, fake ASS Scott, told him to call her a hot piece of black ASS. So that's what he does. He goes, "You're a hot piece of black." Like, it was just like on cue. Like, who does that? And she goes, and then she goes, I think I need to go to the restroom. Platinum then comes up and says, "Oh, I'll walk you. I'll walk you." As Candace is going to the restroom, it's just the president and Charles left in the room. So he goes, "That was a very lovely dinner." And the president is just standing there like, so Charles goes, "Sir, like, are you okay?" And he goes, "Listen, since it's just me and you, I think I should tell you something. We don't like you. We don't like your kind. We think you're an arrogant a-hole who only won by default. And my team was doing everything to take you down. So enjoy your 4 years, because that's all you're getting." So I don't know why I always got the sniffles every time I come on camera, y'all. Like, I was not doing this earlier on. I don't know how this happens. Anyway, it's because the weather's switching up and whatever. So Charles just stands there in shock. And Platinum, the president's wife, comes through and she's like, "Oh dear, are you catching him up?" "Oh, well, I would like to say something. That girl that you brought in is gutter trash." And she goes, and then so the husband in Platinum, and he goes, "Honey, are you ready to retire?" And she was like, "Can't wait, darling. These two are going to run this country in the ground." And they keep telling them, like, "We got our team working on you on your demise right now, bro. Like, you're definitely not going to be in here for 8 years. It's not happening." So, and then you got Candace. They pan over to Candace in the restroom, coming out of the restroom. People walking past the bathroom are like, "Did you hear them say that they met at a hotel?" And then the white country southern fake ASS Bell goes, "They're going to run this country into the ground. But at least he'll have a hot piece of tart to screw." And I was like, wow, so this is really what we do? So Candace and him dip out, and I think I'm just going to finish with them. They get to the car, and they're sitting in the car talking, and she goes, "I don't think they really like me. I heard them saying stuff about me." And he was like, "Look, you want to know what he said to me when you went to the bathroom?" And she goes, "What did he say?" He goes, "He told me that they don't like me, and they're planning my demise." And she goes, "Wow, but they were so nice to us." And he's like, "Guess what? They just playing the game." And she was like, "Well, guess what? I don't play those games." Okay? And he was like, "Listen, don't." She was like, he goes, "When they play the game, you got to rise above it." She goes, "When they go low, I go lower." And they in the car laughing. And he's like, "See, this is why I need you around me to keep me sane." And she was like, "Why?" "Because I'll slap somebody in a minute." And he was like, "No." But because sometimes I need to laugh and you just there. And she was like, I gotta stick around because I'm not gonna let them like take you out." And he was like, "Wait, so that means you staying with me?" Talk about it, y'all. Wait, sorry, my bad, y'all. Look, I've been away for too long. Anyway, so all right, yeah, Candace is staying with Charles. Okay, then she gonna say, "Oh, have you ever done anything in the back of a truck before?" And he said he's looking around because they have a driver. He goes, "Are you sure?" She was like, "Hotel." And then he was like, "Driver, hotel, please." And then she goes, "You wouldn't have done it anyway." And he said, "You don't know about me, do you?" And I said, "We're over it." Okay. So, all right. Let's... do I want to finish with them? Well, no, because it ended with them. So I don't think I'm going to finish with them. Let's go over to the hospital. Madison ends up getting a call from David. David needs his bandages changed. And Madison's like, "Okay, I'll be right over." Before he leaves, he goes and asks his coworker / friend, I'm guessing her name is a sister named Keisha. And he's looked like, "I need some advice. If you had a friend who was in a situation that wasn't healthy for them, and if you told their dad they could help them, would you do it?" And she goes, "Well, how old is this friend?" And he goes, "Well, what does that matter?" She was like, "Because if the person is an adult, then you just answered your question." And he goes, "Well, yeah, it's an adult." And she goes, "Then you just answered your question." And he was like, "Yeah, you're right, but..." And she goes, "Listen, is this a situation where it could be life or death?" And he goes, "It could be." Long story short, she goes, "Then you should tell Jeffrey's dad." And he goes, "Jeffrey, how did you know it was Jeffrey?" And she was like, kind of like, I know you like him. And she was like, you don't know no females. And he was like, and I said, you know what, Madison? I could believe Madison gets around a bit. I could believe that. Just because of that little scene Jeffrey and him had last season when he was trying to get with Jeffrey, like, oh, could I sleep in your room? And Jeffrey was like, no. And then they got into talking about partners. And he goes, well, how many partners have you had, Madison? And Madison was like, I don't think we're ready to go down that road. You see what I'm saying? So she said he knows all guys. Okay. So he was like, well, I know girls too. I used to date them. She goes, that must have been a long time ago, fam. So anyway, he's like, I have to go. She was like, no, could you get that bedpan in room 48, please? And he's like, no, I gotta go. And then so he's like, so you think I should tell Jeffrey's dad? And she was like, if you really think he's going to get hurt, you should. He leaves. Okay, bam. He goes to the house, changing David's bandages. David is like, what took you so long to get here? And Madison was like, I'm sorry, I had to take a cab. He goes, what's wrong with your car? He's like, I'm having issues with it right now. And David kind of got bucked. Like, he stopped, but he was like, I don't have time for your... And I was like, I don't know if he was going to say, for you, like, you're not giving me really information. Like, because he was just like, I'm just having some issues. Or he was saying, I don't have time for you to be late. I don't know. But I was like, okay, David, calm down. And then Madison was like, I'm sorry, sir. I'm just... So then he goes, do you know where Jeffrey is? He lies. Nah, I don't know where he's at. You lying. You know if he's with that boy, he could be in a lot of danger. Yes, I know. So is he with him? Listen, Mr. Harrington, the last time I told you anything, Jeffrey got super mad at me. I don't care. You know that boy's dangerous. Yeah, I know. How do you know? He destroyed my car. What? Yeah. He was like, okay, just give me the... Because we know Madison has the address. He's like, okay, but if I give it to you, you can't tell Jeffrey I told you. Bam. He gives him the address. Now, I think... Is that everything, y'all? I don't know. Okay. I'm just going to go for it, and then I'll just come back if there's something I missed. Let's go over to Justin and Jeffrey. Now, they didn't sit down. Matter of fact... Okay, no. Well, yeah. They're sitting down to have dinner. Jeffrey gets a call. Remember, Madison calls him first, and he doesn't answer the phone. And then David calls him, and we see Jeffrey be like, oh, snap. About to pick up his phone. Justin goes, who's that? He goes, it's my dad. Well, don't get it. What? What if he needs me? If it's important, he'll call you back. Don't get it. He's like, okay, could you be quiet, please? I'm getting the phone. He was like, I said don't answer it. And he was like, okay, Jeff, give me the phone. And he's like, no, what? And then he snatches the phone from Jeffrey and, like, I guess hits decline. And he's like, oh, look at that. It stopped ringing. I've just been through a lot, and I would just like it to be you and me for a while. Is that okay? Please? Jeffrey's like, oh, all right. I said, Jeffrey, dumb. Okay. So they sitting there eating. He's like, it's good. And I don't know if this was comedic relief, y'all. But did y'all catch that? When he was like, okay, dig in. And Jeffrey was about to grab his fork. And Justin goes, would you like me to feed you? But I thought he was being sarcastic. But y'all, I think he was serious. I think he really would have sat there and feed Jeffrey peasant and king style. I'm not hearing it. Like, feed your king type stuff. Which Jeffrey's a king. He's a brother. Can we just talk about... So I'm not supposed to say anything. Well, I can't state the truth. I'm being told I'm being monitored. Anyway. So, yeah, he said that. And then Jeffrey looked at him like... And then we cut to the next scene. Okay, bam. So they sitting there. They're eating. He's like, it's good, huh? It's a knock at the door. Who is it? Jeffrey. Jeffrey, open up this door. It's David. And the first thing Justin says immediately is, wait a minute, how does he know you're here? And Jeffrey's like, I don't know. He's my dad. Like, which? And he goes, well, hide. Hide where? Jeffrey gets up and hides in the bathroom, dude. Hides in the bathroom. Now, it's one thing for you to say that and then... for David to come to the door and Jeffrey be like, okay, I'm going to sneak out the back. Because David did say, we know Jeffrey don't want Justin to get beat up. And David said... If you're ever around my son again, I'm sending them guys right back to your house. So it's one thing for Jeffrey to say, look, I don't want you to get your ASS beat. I'm going to sneak out the back. But it's another for you to say, I'm going to hide in the bathroom. Meaning, when my dad leaves, I'm still going to hang out with you. No, bro. My dad has showed up and I'm out. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm ghosted about this piece. You dig? Moving on. So he gets up, goes to the door after Jeffrey is hid in the bathroom. And he goes, Mr. Harrington. He said, what are you doing here? He said, where's my son? He's not here. He said, move. He pushes him and comes on in. You see what I'm saying? And Justin goes, oh, all right, come on in. He goes out this little throat blanket on the couch. grabs a gun. He's like, I've been waiting for this moment. Holds the gun to his head and says, what did he say, y'all? That's not what he said. What did he say? Oh, yeah, he said, I got you now. Because David said, what are you doing? He said, breaking and entering. I got you now. I got you now, bro. I got you now. And he said, if you gonna shoot me with that gun, if you gonna put a gun to my head, you better intend to use it, which... And he said, oh, I intend to. But you know for a fact, Jeffrey will not rock with you no more if anything happens to it. He was cool with you even after the Veronica thing, but he was mad at you then. David and him is ace boom boom, bruh. Don't mess up your little situation that you got with Jeffrey. Don't do it. I mean, you are, and you have already, but for some reason, Jeffrey keeps giving you these chances. Okay? That'll be right out the window if you mess with Pops. Alright, y'all. Oh, RK and Veronica, I almost forgot. They at the house, but it ended with that. And next week we pick up there, I'm guessing. So we go to Veronica's house. She come inside, RK sitting on the couch. Well, what are you doing here? What you mean what I'm doing here? You know you wanted me to stop by. She like, no, you need to leave. He like, oh, all right. I'm getting closer to the door. I'm opening the door, you know, being annoying. And she goes, wait. And he's like, see, I knew you didn't want me to leave. Why you playing? And she was like, you got my jewelry? He was like, oh, actually, I wanted to talk to you about that. I went to the pawn shop and they already sold it. Oh, well, I guess that means you're ASS. I'm calling the police. And he goes, wait. You know, maybe I could work it off. You know what I'm saying? Maybe, you know, I could play out your fantasies and all. I said, RK, stop it. You know what? RK, I'm not even going to go there. I'm not going to do it. But she was like, little boy, you ain't, she goes, you're terrible. You know what I mean? You ain't got nothing going on. And he goes, well, maybe you could teach me this, that. And I said, you know what? Just stop it. So she calls the police. She was like, enjoy these last minutes of freedom, son, because that's all you're going to get. And he's like, you know, you stop. You know, you want me and this, that, and that. And she goes, you want some breakfast? And he said, Miss Grits, I know what you're trying to do. She was like, well, I'm calling the police. And he goes, no, wait. She goes, hello, 911 operator? And then he tries to grab for the phone and she goes, Long story short, y'all, I fast forwarded. So, I think y'all know something happened, okay? We ain't gonna talk about what. And we're just gonna do a quick run through to see if I got everything. I think I did. Sorry, y'all. I know this is like not okay. But I've been out the game for a minute, so I think that's all, y'all. I'm gonna wrap it up right here. Yeah. If I missed anything, please do let me know. Yeah, but I'm going to cut it right here, y'all, because I don't want to make it too long and my camera cut off again. So, mad love to you guys. Thank you so much for watching me. I hope I'll be back next week. I don't know. I will not make that promise to you guys, but thank you guys for rocking with me. I'm glad to be back. This is supposed to be the most emotional season yet. It's off to a good start, I would say. Okay, thank you guys so much. It's your girl, J to J. Peace.